Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica with Memory Box Candle Co. and I make videos all about making and selling candles. And today's video is going to be making our own 6-ounce blended fragrance oil bottles, essentially. So if you're like me and you like to blend a couple different fragrance oils together, you know how annoying it is when you're making candles and you have to measure out both of them while you are making your candles. So I have always wanted to do this, and I thought that it would be fun to just share with you guys through the process of me making some of my blends that I have. Now, I don't have a lot of blends for my candles. A lot of times I do just use the blended oil from the supplier, but with a few of these, I did do my own blend. So for instance, for the DJ, and I'm going to try my best to make it as sharp of an image on the screen as possible. So for the DJ, this is how I'm doing it. So I do 50% of tobacco and then 50% of mahogany teakwood. And I just put kind of the little abbreviations for each of them. So for this one, we're gonna do 227 grams, and this one will be 227 grams for a total of 453, 454, somewhere around there, to get us the weight of 16 ounces. And then I just put this little spot right here just so I could put the date of when I blended it. And I actually just ordered a couple new ones of these scales that I get on Amazon. I'll have it linked down in the description box below. And this just, I like it because it's able to do like the 10th, I don't know, what is that called? The 10th decimal point. And I like that because it's a little bit more accurate than just having that whole number. And I like working with grams. If you like working with ounces, you can do the exact same thing, but with ounces. So with this, again, this is my first time doing this, so I am just experimenting with how to do it. I have this little funnel right here, and I'm assuming this will be okay for the fragrance oil. I don't know if this kind of plastic is gonna be okay. I'm hoping it is. This one is fine because this is the PET plastic or something like that. And it's the same kind of bottles as the ones that you get from any candle suppliers that's made of that plastic. So I am just going to measure everything out. So I'm just gonna tear it down to 0. And then I have this tobacco right here from Aztec. And I'm just going to, let's see how many, so tobacco, so it's 227. Okay, 227, well, 226.9, which is essentially 227. So I'm gonna put that off to the side. And then for the mahogany teakwood, so I get this at California Candle Supply. And for this one, it doesn't have this little pour spout on the top of the bottle. So what I'm thinking about doing is just using one of my little measuring cups. These are the little silicone measuring cups. And I'm thinking about just pouring it in here and then pouring that inside just so I can kind of control the pour of the oil a little bit better. So I'm going to tear this back down and then do 227 of mahogany teakwood. So that was about 74 grams, just so you know how much that was. Let me fill that up a little bit more. Yeah, I think this is probably the best way to go instead of me just pouring it down. Although this is actually pretty low in the bottle, so I feel like I have always a little bit more control over it when there's less liquid in the bottle. And I know that there's a trick of like putting the stick inside, but I just feel like for this, it's like not candles, it's just blending the fragrance oils. So I feel like it's a little bit different. And again, for those of you that have done this, feel free to leave your suggestions down below because this is my first time doing this. At least I have a funnel though, right guys? At least I have that. Okay, let me pour that back in there. I'm just gonna clean off this funnel a little bit. And then let me put this back on. Now, the caps that come with this order that I got from Amazon, they're like the flip up caps. I don't know how well that would work for pouring fragrance oils or if this is made for fragrance oils, if this is the same kind of plastic or if this is a different kind of plastic. So I don't know if I'm going to use that at all, but just knowing that this is completely blended now and that this is the oil, 16 ounces of the oil that I use for the DJ, is so cool to have that already pre-blended. And if you guys are curious, the little labels that I use for this, I use the weatherproof labels from Online Labels, and this is the size that I use for my wax melts of the 2.83 by 2.2 inch labels. So just in case you guys were curious about that. But we will move on to the next one, which is Mystic Visions. And this one is going to be a 25-75 blend. So I do 25% of patchouli rosewood and then 75% of dragon's blood. And then I have the little amounts in grams that I'm going to be pouring into here. All right, so for this one, I will start off with the patchouli rosewood, and both of these oils I do get from California Candle Supply. Although I think the dragon's blood one is pretty kind of widely known at a bunch of different candle suppliers, so I don't think it's just at that one that you can get it. But for patchouli rosewood, let me go ahead and tear this off. So patchouli rosewood, we're going to do 114 grams. So again, I'm going to just use a new little silicone measuring cup and just pour this on in. A lot of people who use dragon's blood, they typically just use it in and of itself, like just how the oil comes. But I had used it at first by blending in a little bit of this patchouli rosewood in, and I actually really liked it. So as much as it kind of, it's hard for me sometimes to want to do blends, especially if I want to blend like 3 oils together. And just the whole process of making candles, and then you're sitting there and you're trying to measure out a certain amount of gram of each, it makes me not want to make that oil or that candle because of how much longer it takes me than just using a pre-blended oil that I can get from any supplier. So doing this, I think, is really, really going to help me out. And then next for the dragon's blood one, this was going to be 340 grams. So this is a good amount of oil that we're pouring in here. And most of the time, like, this oil is really dark, and to me that just means most of the time darker oils are just heavier oils. So it's really interesting seeing how high these oils will fill up in the 16-ounce bottle. So all oils will fill it up differently based on the density of the oil. So that's why they sell it by weight and not by volume, because all fragrance oils have a different weight to them. There we go. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put that back in there. There we go. I got that all set. Let me put this on. Just trying to continuously wipe off my hands with paper towels because even though I'm wearing gloves, I don't want to touch anything with a lot of that oil on me. So this is 16 ounces, and putting it up against the DJ, it is actually, you know what? It's actually about, I know you guys won't be able to see, but from what I see, the level of it is actually about the same, which is really, really interesting. All right, so next one we're doing is ice cream cake, and this one is a 50-50 blend of vanilla, and this is specifically the vanilla from California Candle Supply, and then 50% ice cream parlor, and that is from Aztec. So we're gonna be doing both 227 grams for each of these oils. So let me actually do the vanilla first, because the one that I got from Aztec, this one has the little spout on it, and that one's a little bit easier to do. So let me get a new one of these little silicone measuring cups, and do 227 grams of this vanilla. This is one of the first vanillas that I ever tried, and still it's one of my favorite ones. There's just something about it that I just really like, and it goes really well blended with this ice cream parlor. All right, so that's good to go there. Put that off to the side, and then for this one, let me tear this back. Make sure this lid is on tight, and then do 227 grams. There we go. Perfect. And that one is all good to go. And that one is a little bit shorter than the other ones because of the density differences of the oil. All right, and then this last one is one of my upcoming fall collection scents. It is pine and cranberry, and I am going to do a 25-75% blend between balsam fir and cranberry woods. So I'm gonna do 340 grams of cranberry woods and then 114 grams of balsam fir. And I get cranberry woods from Candle Science, and then balsam fir is from the Flaming Candle. And I think I love the cranberry woods, but I just wanted to bring out a little bit more of that pine scent that's already in the cranberry woods, but I really just kind of wanted to emphasize a little bit more of those pine notes. And I believe this entire container can go in there. And I think I'm gonna have to use the rest of a little 1 ounce sample because I'm waiting for the larger 16 ounce bottles to come in the mail of this scent. So honestly, I believe I can just pour this all in here. Oh, you know what? No, that ended up being exactly the amount that I needed. That was perfect. And then for cranberry woods, I just went ahead and grabbed another measuring cup. And for these little measuring cups, I just clean them out afterwards. I put a little bit of soap in there and I let them soak with the soap in the water. And then I am able to just wipe them out and use them for another scent. I really want to delegate some of these silicone cups to certain kind of scents. I just have not done that yet. I really need to though. This scent is so cranberry. I love this scent so much. All right, and that is everything. So I just went through and I smelled all these, and it's really fun to smell my candles out of a bottle because I haven't had that happen before. So this was a lot of fun. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this kind of video. Again, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I just kept putting it off and I didn't know where to buy the bottles, and you know, it wasn't something that was a huge priority to me. I just kind of dealt with it whenever I went to blend my own oils together when I would make the candles. But I will leave everything linked in the description box below. The scale, the little cups, even like the little funnel, and then these bottles too, in case you guys are curious on which listing on Amazon I got them from. But with that, as you guys can see back here, I have a lot of candles to make, so I am preparing for the fall collection right now. And I really, really hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video if you did, as well as go follow me on Instagram at MemoryBoxCandleCo. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.